Today we're going to be at the Renaissance Vinoy Resort and Golf Club. And guess what? We're going to take you on a wonderful historic tour of the hotel, and we're going to take you to some of the finest dining you'll ever have anywhere in St. Petersburg, Florida. So please come along with us as we take you to the Vinoy Hotel, and you can find out all of the wonderful things you can do here. And to begin our tour, I would like to introduce to you the Vinoy historian, Elaine Normile.
Well, thank you. It's very nice to have you here. Well, as you can see behind me, the Vinoy is St. Petersburg's landmark hotel. It has been on the waterfront now in downtown St. Petersburg for nearly 84 years. We are in the National Register of Historic Places, and we conduct historic tours here 4 days a week, Wednesday through Saturday at 10:30. The tour lasts approximately an hour, and then our guests can enjoy a 3-course lunch in our historic dining room, which is Marchand's Bar and Grill.
Wonderful. Sounds like a fantastic time. Are the tours senior friendly?
Very much so. We have a lot of seniors and also disabled guests on our tours, and we're able to show them all of the places that we showcase on the tour. Everything is elevator accessible, and there are places to sit down along the way if people are on their feet too long.
Wonderful. I can't wait to take it. Can we get started?
Yes, let's start in the inner gallery.
Okay, wonderful. Let's go.
On this side of the exhibit, we have a timeline that starts on our left in 1901 and concludes on the right in 2005. Everything in red on the timeline pertains to the Vinoy. And the first thing in red is over here on the left in 1919, the name Eimer Vinoy Lochner, hence the name Vinoy. Mr. Lochner moved into a home on Beach Drive, which is directly across the street from this property, in 1923. And he and some of his gentleman friends were on the lawn of his home one evening after a party. And they suggested to him that he build a luxury hotel on the property directly across the street and name it the Vinoy, because it was such a pretty name. So the very next day he came over and negotiated with the owner of the property to purchase it, and lo and behold, the Vinoy was built in less than a year and opened New Year's Eve,
Amazing.
1925. It truly was.
Really amazing. I understand that the Vinoy was a seasonal hotel.
It was. It was a seasonal hotel until it reopened in 1992 after a 2-year, $93 million renovation, and part of the $93 million went to installing air conditioning because the early guests weren't here during the hot months. We do have part of the exhibit on that side of the gallery that is called The Season, and it refers to those seasonal guests who came to Florida and St. Petersburg like our snowbirds do today, essentially from October to May.
Wow. Well, I understand also that for a period of time the military was here.
Yes, and we have a picture here of the U.S. Army Air Corps. This picture was taken behind us in Vinoy Park, but they were here. This hotel was leased to the U.S. government, and the U.S. Army Air Corps, and later the U.S. Maritime Commission occupied it during the war years.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I see all kinds of stuff in here. Any other information about the stuff in the room here?
Well, one of the things that interests people are these examples of the china that was used in the Vinoy over the years. The first plate that you see up here on my left is our oldest piece of china. It was built, or not built, but manufactured for the Vinoy in 1925 by the Onondaga Pottery Company in Syracuse, New York. And we refer to it as the mermaid plate because of its motif.
Yes, the nice mermaid.
Yes, yes, it's a very popular piece, if people can still find it.
Well, wonderful. I understand that there's some beautiful gardens here or something.
We do have a very nice garden area right outside the gallery called the Tea Garden. Would you like to see it?
I would love to.
Well, let's go this way.
Well, thank you. These are such beautiful gardens. Tell me about them.
It is beautiful out here almost every day in Florida.
Yeah.
It is called the Tea Garden because in the early days, and I would say that would be from 1925 up until World War II, afternoon tea was served in the Tea Garden. We don't offer that in the garden any longer, but we do offer afternoon tea 2 afternoons a week in our historic dining room, which is Marchand's.
Wonderful. Well, it seems like this would be a perfect location for a wedding.
It's a beautiful destination for a wedding, and we do have a lot of weddings in the Tea Garden, morning, noon, and night. We have a lot of other events in the garden as well. And if there isn't anything special going on, it's still a very beautiful outdoor space for our resort guests to enjoy.
Wow, it certainly is beautiful. Well, are there any hidden secrets that are here?
Well, of course, there are always secrets, but we
Oh.
save those for our tour.
Oh, no.
So you'll have to come on the full-fledged tour sometime and hear all about them.
Yes. Well, what else do we have to do today?
Well, I think it's time for us to go and enjoy the wonderful 3-course lunch that the chef has prepared for us.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that sounds like a great thing. Well, let's go then.
Well, let's go.
Let's go. It's just beyond anything I expected. But I have to confess that when you mentioned at the beginning that we would be coming here, I have been thinking about this ever since.
At the lunch.
At the
yes.
lunch.
Well, you're not alone. Our history tour guests very much look forward to this lunch. It's a wonderful value, first of all. In addition to the hour-long tour, you have a 3-course lunch, which includes tax gratuity and even free parking. The chef offers either soup or salad, a choice of 3 different entrees and 2 different desserts. And you can see how beautiful the presentation is and what the variety of things is that we do offer here in the historic dining room, which, by the way, was called the Pompeii Room when the Vinoy first opened in 1925. The original general manager decided what was going to set this property aside from all others was the service, which is something we have been striving for now for over 80 years.
Well, it's truly an impressive hotel. It really is. Well, maybe we should take a look and see what we'd like to choose for lunch.
Right. We don't want anything to get cold, so perhaps we should start with the soup.
Oh, the soup, yes.
I highly recommend the soup.
Well, I tell you, a wonderful day at the Vinoy Resort. It's just something that we all should experience. So please come out, enjoy it for yourself. This is Robert Wilson with FloridaDayTours.com, and it's back to you.